Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to look at how emotions live in your body. Your body remembers every experience, even the ones your mind has forgotten long ago. And the signals it sends you each day are like quiet messages waiting to be heard. Do you remember a time when your voice stayed calm, but your body said something else? I'll never forget the time I had a patient lying on the gurney. He appeared to be completely calm and quiet, but the beads of sweat on his forehead told me something different. Even though his face looked calm, his body was speaking. That day, I learned something I've never forgotten. The body doesn't lie. Even without words, the body tells the truth. I'm Jeannie, and I've spent many years as a surgical nurse. Being in the operating room gave me a front row seat into something most people never see. Day after day, I saw how the body carried emotions that people never spoke out loud. It didn't matter who they were, what kind of surgery they had, or how steady their voice sounded when they walked in. Their bodies told the story, even when their words didn't. I remember one patient clearly. It was a routine gallbladder surgery. On the surface, everything seemed fine. The middle-aged man smiled politely and answered my questions with a calm voice. But his jaw was so tight, I could see the muscles clenching with every swallow. That tension, it wasn't random. It was intense stress, possibly for years, or he may have held it for decades. In the pre-op waiting room, I understood how deeply the body remembers, even when the mind stays quiet. The truth is, when you've been through something painful, whether that's daily stress that never lets up, a deep loss, or a trauma you didn't feel safe to process, your body finds a way to hold on to that experience. Those memories live in your nervous system and even in your cells. This isn't just an idea, it's biology. The nervous system records everything, even the moments you think you've forgotten. Think for a moment. Have you ever been around someone who reminded you of a difficult situation? Did your heart race? Did your throat feel tight? Or did you snap at someone for something small because they touched a nerve inside you you didn't even realize was still tender? I know I've done that before. This is your body remembering. It isn't trying to make life harder for you. It's doing what it was built to do, protect you. When emotions don't get released in a way that feels safe, the body doesn't know how to let them go, so it just stores them. Over time, that storage shows up as physical patterns. Tension in your neck every morning, a heaviness in your chest when you think of certain situations, headaches that never seem to go away, fatigue that lingers, and sleep that never feels restful. And for many, there's no clear answer from doctors because the emotions the body stores can't be seen on any scan. I remember one woman who came in for a procedure, and she'd been living with back pain for many years. She had seen specialists, tried treatments, and had test after test, but everything came back normal. When I asked her about it, she just brushed it off. She said, "I just got used to it." But as we talked, she shared her story. She told me how she grew up learning to stay quiet, not to cry, not to show what she was feeling inside, and she carried that silence into adulthood. As she shared, I watched her body shift. Her shoulders softened, her breath slowed, and in that moment, Her body finally felt safe enough to release a little of what it had been holding for years. When I talk about allowing the body to feel safe, this is what I mean. Safety in the body is not having a perfect life or removing every stress. It's teaching your nervous system that in this moment, it doesn't have to stay in defense mode. When you slow your breathing, soften your shoulders, or place a hand on your heart, you're telling your body, it's okay now. You can rest. You don't have to be on guard. When your emotions are ignored or pushed down, they don't disappear. They stay with you, waiting for the moment they can finally be acknowledged. And sometimes the body waits for many years. You may not even notice how often your body's speaking to you. It could be the way your stomach clenches before a conversation, the tightness in your shoulders when you think of something painful, or the sudden tears that come out of nowhere. All of these are signals. They're your body's way of saying, I remember. Please pay attention. The beautiful thing is, you don't need to understand the story behind these signals to begin healing. You don't have to figure everything out at once. Healing starts in a much simpler place. It starts with listening. When you pause long enough to notice what your body is telling you, you're sending a message to your nervous system. I'm here. I see you. It's a small but powerful shift, and over time, it builds safety and trust within your body. Healing happens step by step, not all at once. The first step is simply noticing. When you notice the tension in your shoulders, the heaviness in your chest, or the knot in your stomach, you're starting a conversation with your body. That simple act of awareness tells your nervous system it doesn't have to fight so hard to get your attention. I know this from personal experience. There were times in my life when I didn't realize how much stress I was carrying until I finally stopped long enough to feel it. I had become so used to pushing down thought after thought and tension and fatigue that they were all just a part of my life. And it wasn't until I slowed down and listened that I understood my body and what it had been trying to say all along. The body is always looking for safety. Every second of every day, your nervous system is scanning your environment, asking, am I safe? If the answer feels like no, even if danger isn't real anymore, your body still stays on high alert. That's why you may feel anxious, restless, or drained, even when life looks calm on the surface. But this isn't a weakness. It's biology. Your body is protecting you in the only way it knows how. This is why kindness toward yourself is so important. For so long, you may have believed that ignoring your feelings or pushing through made you strong. What your body needs most is gentleness. It needs you to slow down, to notice, and to create even small moments of calm in your day. Here's a simple practice you can try. The next time you feel tension, maybe in your jaw, your shoulders, or stomach, just pause. Place a hand gently over that area. Take a slow, steady breath in And as you exhale, quietly say to yourself, I hear you. You don't have to analyze it, and you don't have to fix it. You're simply letting your body know you're listening. This practice takes less than a minute, but it can have a profound effect. Over time, your nervous system begins to trust that you're paying attention. It starts to soften little by little because it no longer feels like it has to hold on so tightly. If nothing seems to change at first, don't be discouraged. Your body needs time to build trust, especially if it's been ignored for years or even decades. With consistency and patience, your trust grows, and you'll begin to notice subtle shifts. A little less tension here, a little more ease there. This isn't just feeling calmer in the moment. Over time, this awareness breaks the cycles that keep you stuck. And when you notice and acknowledge what your body is saying, you create the opening for healing. And from that moment, you can move forward in a way that feels grounded and steady. I've seen this happen over and over in the operating room, in my own life, and now with so many people who are learning these same principles. Your body wants to heal. It wants to release what it's been holding. It just needs your attention and your willingness to listen. You may wonder, what comes next after this initial step of awareness? In our next video, I'll talk about the language of emotions and how listening to the quiet signals of your nervous system can guide it into a calmer, more balanced state. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, your emotions, they're not your enemy. They're messengers. Take good care of your emotions as you learn to listen to your body. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and get your free ebook in the link below. I'll see you in the next video.